riding swangers and put diamonds in our necklace. For drink inside my lemonade till it look like a Pepsi. See, I come from the D where we got checks and we be flexing. If you ain't from my state, then you should know don't fuck with Texas. Hey, we always strapped, we keep our weapons. My mama from the A, she slowed it down for me at 7. Used to think Pepsi was a guy before he went to heaven. I knew what pushing P was before Gunna even said it. Hey, C0 taught me keep my weapon and never trust a nigga or a bitch cause it's expected. No killers from the country, they ride horses and throw sevens. Got niggas in the east ride ATVs with Mac 11s.
First off, you better remember what that sign say before you come down here to this bitch. Don't mess with Texas. Cause you know everybody around this bitch got guns, nigga.
Hey, see y'all from Texas. We got Beyonce, Trey the Truth, and we can't forget Devin. Big shout out to them boys, and I can't forget about them Texans. I've been feeling like Luca, how I bought that shit a blessing. #1 rule in Texas, keep it solid, ain't no telling. Hey, and always keep your fucking weapon. A nigga try me or the guys, we got no choice but stretch him. If he survive these shots at first, bet he die on that stretcher. These diamonds, I got water, might just go Johnny my next one. Hey, this Texas tea is what I drink. Sauce Walker had us dripping, sauce having hoes in on drink. Young Nasa had us jigging, dipping, ain't know how to think. Now I got all these niggas stepping, swiping, catching plays. Hey.
What's up? What's up? What's up? Can you guys hear me? Can anybody see me? Can you hear me? You guys know this is still a learning process for your boy, so let me know I'm coming in clear. I'm gonna give you a second to do so while I get adjusted here. Where you at? I'm here. #1 Pookie Bear. I feel that. I feel that in my soul. You can hear me. You can see me. That's what's up. That's what's up. Let me just check one thing, boys. Give me 1 second. You're clear. Very good. Thank you to the people who are already over on Twitch. I appreciate that quite a bit. What's up? What's up? What's up? Abel Stevenson. I thought it was Stevenson. Or am I Stevenson? I'm like off-brand. Is that what you're doing over there? Is that what you're doing? Give it another second. I need to make sure I'm looking at the right stuff. Give me 1 second. I knew we were missing something. See? One moment, boys. One moment. Hi, Kunith. How are you? I'm well. How you doing? Apart from not having control of my stuff, I'm doing all right. Give me 1 second. Bear with me. Bear with me. You guys know this is new for me. It was a couple streams. Let us get in the mix. We'll be a-okay. This is my first UFC event. I'm excited. Need some good bets. First UFC event that you're going to, or first you ever seen? Like, am I talking to a toddler or a grown man who's going for the first time? Because that's cool. Crippled up but hanging in there. What you mean? Oh, why can I not? YouTube chat connected. Twitch chat possibly connected. Going to Houston. Yes, sir. That's what's up. That's what's up. Big slate overview. I haven't opened DK yet. Okay. So that's kind of the direction that we're going to go with this. So last time we were using the live to almost like replace the final picks video, but we put the final picks video up anyway. So if you prefer to just watch it in that format, go do that. But we can get into betting stuff. We can get into DFS stuff during the live here. That's what's up. Hip replacement. Whew. I remember when I had one of those. Haven't watched film on Harrell. Does he have a chance against Jacoby? Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Josiah Harrell is UFC caliber, but I wouldn't pick him this week. And the only reason I wouldn't pick him, and the only reason I'd be very confident on the Jacoby Smith side, is because you look at the career that Josiah Harrell has had. It's a very short turnaround. Not only to make your UFC debut, but to fight this kind of prospect in that short amount of time. I don't like that at all. I think whoever he fights in his second UFC fight, he's going to beat, because they're not going to give him too crazy of a step up, especially if he drops his debut. So Josiah Harrell next time out is probably going to be like minus 300 no matter who's in there against him. Jacoby Smith by decision? Possibly. Possibly. Where? I don't know how to fix that. I might not be able to show the chat on screen. I'll keep kind of plugging away and see if that helps at all, but might not be able to see it. If we can't, that's okay. That's not important. Strickland or Hernandez? I like Fluffy here. I like Fluffy Hernandez quite a bit. I put on Twitter that every Fluffy fight week is basically, it starts with them talking about the loss to Kevin Holland, and it ends with Fluffy beating the shit out of somebody pretty consistently. And I think that's going to happen again this week. I don't know why people always post pictures of fighters right before they fight and they see that they have abs and they're like, oh my God, they have abs. They're going to win the fight. That's what's going on with Sean Strickland right now. Look at the shape he's in. It doesn't matter. Fluffy fights guys that are in great shape all the time. Harrell's at a disadvantage, size, medical issues, but he can make it competitive. I agree. If you were MMEing fights, or if you were MMEing, what fights, if any, would you lock into every lineup? With 14 fights, I don't think there's any fights that you can lock into every lineup, but I'm going to pull up DraftKings here. I think one of the more important plays, or one of the more important fights of the week, is going to be right in that middle range. I think you have to get it right. And I know we talked about this on the final picks video a little bit, but Carlos Leal and Chidi Njokuani, I think it's favored to go under a round and a half. And with the way Carlos Leal runs into the pocket and the power that Chidi Njokuani has, I mean, one of them's going down. So very likely. Steep kicks are boring. Yeah, sometimes. Teep kicks, if you've ever like spent some time in the gym and actually got teeped, you're like, oof, okay. You start to gain a new respect for it while you're watching it live, but these guys kind of know what to expect. Is it a good strategy to play both sides of the main event in double ups? Yes. So in your double ups, your 50-50s, your head-to-heads, stacking this main event, I think makes a lot of sense, right? Because Fluffy puts a pace on guys, right? He has the highest scoring ceiling out of anybody on the card, definitely. But you can argue maybe the highest scoring ceiling out of anybody in the UFC. I don't think I've ever seen somebody score more than this. Maybe Zhang Weili that one time. I think she scored like 200 points. But Anthony Hernandez has to be there. And then Sean Strickland doesn't typically get finished, right? So you could put Strickland there at 7,100. That's your base for your double ups. Gabe will get a fight at the White House if he melts this dude tonight. I don't even know who he's fighting. It just seems like a formality. Yeah, he probably does fight at the White House. Neal versus Medic. I think Jeff Neal's going to blast them. I think Jeff Neal runs through him in the first round. I think a lot of people understand what's going to happen. Like when you've seen the line movement, I'll actually show you here. I think I'm allowed to show this. This tool is behind the paywall, but what are they going to do, right? So this on WeWantPicks.com, where you can get DFS tools, my official bets, everybody else's official bets. That's linked in the description. But no, it's Chidi that I'm thinking of. Actually, Chidi that I'm thinking of. But Jeff Neal is somebody who he has had money come in on him. I think sharp people know what they're looking at in that fight. Eros Medic just does not handle. Oh, we got these up on the screen. That's nice. Eros Medic just does not deal with welterweight power very well at all. So I think that that Jeff Neal's going to take his hat off. Oh my lord, is this my first Kunith live? Mom, get the camera. Oh, that's Sam. What up, Sam? What up, Sam? Sam told me or didn't tell me, I saw it. He didn't tell me. I'm looking at you. Said that I was smoking crack because I picked Julius Walker. I'll take that. But you owe me 20 push-ups at some point when we meet up at HQ for the Rizvan Kuniev. Bet Sam in the house. All right, guys, calm down. I know he's a celeb, but let's reel it in. I like Coria inside the distance, decision, no action. Some books playing more. I would just take Coria ITD by himself. Would you agree with my previous message, Kunith? What was that? What was your previous message? Carol is like that Thompson kid who fought Bree 2. Yeah, I see what you mean. Short notice, but definitely one to watch out for sure. It's like a reverse Lando Venata situation. Thoughts on McGregor possibly coming back to the UFC? I'm good on that. We can move on from that. We need none that. Edwards by sub. She's been rolling lately, but Nora's my girl, and we know how she can be a dog. I think Edwards by sub is great. I love that. I think Edwards by sub is very much on the table just because she's getting these takedowns, right? Like if we look here. So she got 4 takedowns against Tamaris Vidal. She got 5 takedowns last time out against Nora Coronal. And I know the rationale is kind of like, oh, Nora Coronal, that was like 2.5 years ago at this point. She was younger in her MMA career, so maybe her takedowns, her grappling is a bit stronger this time, especially because I believe Nora Coronal won by submission recently. So maybe people think that part of her game is getting rounded out. I'm telling you now, Jocelyn Edwards is a better athlete. She's peaking while Nora Coronal is like the oldest fighter on the card. And I think if she got her down 5 times in the past, she's going to be able to do even better this time. I love submission there. I think that's sneaky. Early predictions on the Holloway Oliveira scrap. I've gone back and forth. I've absolutely gone back and forth with that one. That one's tough. I did post on X, though, that I want people to plant their flag. You know, I want you to have conviction with that fight. I get that everybody loves both of them. So do I, right? But I don't want to be like, oh, this guy could win. This guy could win. Be a man. Stand on business. Say, I'm picking this guy to win. He's going to win, and this is how he's going to do it. I tell you right now, I think Charles Oliveira does it. I know that people like are in love with the Max Holloway power at 155 pounds, but how many times have we seen Dubronx deal with power at 155 and then get that body lock, get you up against the fence, shelf you on the hip, and then it's pretty much a wrap. How you doing, brother? You might have been on crack for Walker, but I should be jailed for breaking my slam of the week streak. Yeah, with Jailton. Yeah, Jailton puts the jail in Jailton. He needs to be locked up because he's gambling. We're back, says Demetrius, OG in the chat. That guy was watching when I didn't even know how to talk to the camera. I mean, I still don't know how to talk to the camera, but he's been around for a while. Who do you think Prates is waiting to sign for? I don't know. I don't know who the other side of that fight can be. You got to think like, here, I'm going to pull this up. Pull this up for me, not for you, but I'm going to take a look. Hold on. It can only be so many people, right? So I don't know how far down they would reach in the rankings, right? Like, I don't think you would have him fighting anybody lower than like 7, but I don't think Sean Brady's looking to fight Carlos Prates. I don't think that Bilal Muhammad's looking to do that. I don't think Joaquin Buckley might be wanting to do that, but my guess is it's probably somebody like JDM, right? Like, give him like that higher profile matchup because Carlos Prates is moving this way. JDM's coming off of the loss, and I could see why Prates would want that fight too. But I could be wrong. I don't have the inside scoop. Just wanted to say I was pleasantly surprised when Angelo told me you were joining the team. I'm already a fan. I've been watching you for long. I appreciate that. Thank you, Mr. Sam. Thank you. Edwards sub round 3. Dude, Edwards might run through in the first round. She's been getting to it. Do you think Edwards can knock Nora out? I don't think so. I think if Nora Cornell finds herself in a bad position, she's gonna fight out of it. Holloway chins him in once, easy money. No. When was the last time Holloway chinned somebody in one? But I like the conviction, Lorenzo. I do. Olives won't bring it to the ground. I don't know if that ever happens. Definitely agree. Oliveira's been talking about he's going to trade with him. Yeah, because these fighters who say things, they always stick to that, right? Mila Kunis, yeah. Holloway, okay. I think I'll be in the minority on that one. I think if it goes long, though, Max is going to start to pull away, right? With those body shots, chip away. And then I think second, or like third, fourth, fifth round, that's when he can start landing some power. Does Fluffy win? I think so. I'd be surprised to see it go any other way. Is Asplund gonna pummel gassed Petrino in a few weeks? If Vitor Petrino can get the fight to the mat, I think he could have success. But I think Asplund is the side. That guy's got crazy output, crazy cardio for being as big as he is. Holloway has somehow avoided elite grapplers for the last decade. Yeah, pretty much. But I don't say that as a slight. You might, but I don't. I miss your multiple parlay breakdowns on the site. I'm trying to figure out how to fold that in. I've been watching you for 4 years now. That's what's up, DC. I appreciate that. On a serious note, really enjoying your content. We want picks very user-friendly. It is. Those guys know what they're doing. That's why I agreed to elevate their brand. Sorry. Holloway picks him at range. I think Oliveira's on the decline. Maybe. Sean lands a hammer on Fluffy. Beard might make him horned up and push a pace. I don't know. It's the same song and dance with Sean Strickland every time, right? You're going to take your head off and then the sparring match. There we go. Tuscan leather. Talk about Costa Ige fight play out. I think that fight goes the distance. I think that I saw somebody post on Twitter about how Dan Ige doesn't really drop the third round in a lot of these fights, and Mel Costa tends to slow down, which is true. Like Melky Costa does tend to slow down. I heard, and this, of course, I'm using fighter speak as a reference when I just made fun of you for doing the same thing, but still, I heard Melky Costa say something like he wants to be first person to finish Dan Ige. I can get why you feel that way after head kicking Chalier the way that he did last time out, but this guy's not like the most dangerous, right? I think he's going to go the distance. I think he's going to do more, land more, hit harder, have bigger moments in the first and second round. And then Ige is going to be able to kind of take over in the third, but I don't think enough to put the kid away. You got Oliveira sub early in that fight then, assuming you think Holloway would pull away in the later rounds. Yeah, I think if Oliveira wins, it's a first or second round submission. What a statement that would be by Du Bronx, right? I hit 4K 2 weeks ago on your bets on We Want Picks. GOAT. Happy to be of service. Thoughts on Sue Mudarji versus Jesus Aguilar? I think Mudarji at minus 260 is free. Unless it gets guillotined. That is pretty much the only way that he would lose that fight because Jesus Aguilar's got the shortest arms on planet Earth. He'd have to sit on the ground to take his phone out of his pocket. What happened to the Elite Studio setup? Guys, I can't keep hearing about this. That first of all, I have a plan for this. This is all getting taken care of very, very soon. But the Elite Studio setup, I'm going to give you a peek behind the curtain. I'm going to blow the whistle on this whole thing. I'm exposing everybody right now. Hold on. What you guys are referring to as far as Elite Studio setup is literally this. It's just this. It's nothing. You just put it on the wall and it makes it look all professional and cinematic and dramatic, but I don't know if it was because of me or not, but I see around the space, this is like the new standard now. This and colorful lights. And I've been doing that for years now, and I've seen other people do it. Tired of it. Absolutely tired of it. We have to be different. We have to evolve. We have to grow. If you don't grow, you die. It worked. It looked great. Don't tell me that. Oh, okay. All right, but I appreciate you being around long enough to see the old setup, which, by the way, was just back there, right? Like, people ask me, where did the room go? Same room. I feel like I'm the only one confident in Ramiz. No, you're not. No, you're not. I think Ramiz Brahimi is going to guillotine him like an actual guillotine. I think he's going to take his head off when Puna starts looking for those takedowns. Elevated by picking Denzel Freeman? Listen, it's all about what the bets are. Although Denzel Freeman is dead to me. Although, I won't go any further than that because I respect his service to our country. Are you in Philly? I'm not in Philly. I'm in my room. Kunith plus Angelo plus Jacob equals magical MMA breakdowns. I think that was in that sequence for a reason. I appreciate that. Thank you. Strickland, one of the best jabs in the UFC. All he needs to do is find it. I don't think so. I think Fluffy runs through a jab. Sub Kunith, would you sprinkle Spivak sub at +1 or +550? I have been seeing people on Sergey Spivak. That was surprising. I see like money starting to come in on Spivak later in the week here. I don't know what they're seeing, but they're seeing something. And you must be seeing the same thing, so let me know what you think. Do you think Reese and Pajeda go the distance? No, I don't. I miss the belt and the clock. That's old school. That's real old school. Featherweight's primarily a strikers division, middleweight up recently as well. I'd agree. Melky is the one that got me nervous, to be honest. How do you mean? Like nervous to play against him or nervous to pick him? My boy live? Yes, we are. Welcome in. Any good underdog plays for today? When you say underdog, you mean like at plus money or like underdog fantasy? Who do you got in the RDR Caio Borralho fight? I think Caio Borralho rips his head off. I actually see the the super chat in there. I appreciate that. My guy's giving me a super chat every time we've done this. It's like the third or fourth live. He's there every time. That's what's up. I won't lie, Kunith. I have 8 parlays with Carly wins round 3 not to start. Yes, I like that a lot. I worry about Neil underperforming after that knockout and now getting Eros getting real speed. No. You don't have to. Here's the thing about the knockout from Carlos Prates. It's not like if you were saying I'm worried about Carlos Leal because he got knocked out by Muslim Salikov. That's weird because he walks right into it, right? He shows him no respect, walks onto it, gets slept for the first time ever. Carlos Prates was hitting Jeff Neal with everything he could, and he couldn't put him away. It took a perfect spinning elbow right on the temple to put him out. So I think that it's a little bit different. I'm not too worried about that. I think Jeff Neal looks good this week. Spastic DDP was able to take Strickland down. Shouldn't be a problem for Fluffy. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. I think some people are looking at it as like DDP took him down but wasn't able to keep him down. But I don't think DDP is on the same level of MMA grappler as Fluffy is. Can't throw a dime on Spivak, bro sucks or stinks. Sorry, I made that worse than it was. But yeah, he does stink. I'm picking Melk, but by 51% is what I mean. Been considering Ige KO round 3. I think Ige round 3 would probably be the only way that he wins. What's up, bro? What's up? How you doing? So for the DFS people, I'm gonna build a lineup here for you because I had some people asking like in the DMs prior to. I picked Eros. He'll get better soon, Kunith. Don't worry. That's the great Lorenzo Predicts, who, by the way, I want to congratulate you. I'm glad that you're here. I saw you hit like 4K or something on YouTube. That's what's up. That is what's up. But I'm going to build a lineup for you real fast. Just a couple thoughts about the card. Initially, I was kind of off Carly Judice, but I realized that most of the time that she's winning, it's in the opening round. I don't think this fight makes it to the 3rd round. So if you want to play Carly Judice at 9,700, I'm not mad at you. I think my least favorite play in this top range is probably Yadier Devaye. I think this fight, it's favored to go over a round and a half, I think. And I think that's accurate. We haven't really seen the Monkey King just get blitzed, right? We've seen him out grappled, we've seen him taken down, but he hasn't gotten like blitzed before. So I don't think Yadier Devalle is doing that, especially because Devalle doesn't really press the issue. He punishes you for mistakes. At least that's what you saw Contender Series. That's what you saw against Connor Matthews in the UFC debut, and Isaac Dalgarian through the fight. I'm not interested in that. WeWantPicks.com. No. WeWantPicks.com/Kunith. That's how you have to do it. Love your content. Keep it up. Thanks for being consistent. We're trying, bro. We're trying. But at this range, I do like Jocelyn Edwards quite a bit. I like Anthony Hernandez. And one fighter that I want to talk about, we've been talking about this all week, but you might just be seeing it for the first time, or you want to talk about it a little bit. I don't know how people aren't thinking Phil Rowe's going to win this fight. I don't get it. 4 inches taller, 8.5-inch reach advantage, tallest, longest, or at least the combination of the two that the JPL has ever seen. You do a little bit of digging. JPL hasn't even been fighting at welterweight for that long. This guy was a big or somewhat big lightweight. He's coming into the welterweight division at 5'11" with a heavy high kick game. I don't think so. I like Phil Rowe. Leal absorbs way too many strikes. Yeah, he does. But he eats them. See, that's the weird thing, is you get put out once and everybody's like, oh, now you're just going to get put out. It's the same thing with Fluffy Hernandez. Dude gets folded up with a picture perfect knee from Kevin Holland, who's got bony knees, bro. Bony knees. Gets folded up like that, and for the rest of his career, everybody just goes, oh yeah, he's going to lose by a knockout to the body. Like you could set your fucking watch to it. But I'll pick Phil Rowe, and then to round out the lineup, honestly, you want to go a little Zach Reese, you want to go a little Ode Osborne, 8,800 left over on the table, Ante D'Elia. I ain't mad at that at all. Betting on Phil Rowe is crazy frustrating. Not if he wins. You've been hovering for a while, still haven't seen you. You live on the other side of the world. I've actually tried to catch a live, and I don't even know. Like, what time is it for you over there right now? I think Angelo has reasonable takes. Jacob takes some crazy dog shots, but incredibly entertaining. They find a balance. You got Harrell over Smith? No, I got Smith, but really just because he's got the full camp. Harrell making his short notice UFC debut, quick turnaround. I don't like that. Phil Rowe going to get dusted by JPL? I don't know, bro. If you have JPL, you might be really frustrated with what you see. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before, like maybe once. And if we look at some of the bets here, hold on. Oh, let me put this away for just a second. I need to log in. Hold on. Everybody hold on for 1 second. Rowe has 0 quit. No, that's not true. That's not true. I've watched Phil Rowe quit plenty of times. You must have thought just about the Angelusa fight, but that guy has quit in him. It's 9 a.m. It's 8 p.m. 8 p.m. here. What are your thoughts on Dober versus Johnson? Drew Dober's going to kill him. Drew Dober's absolutely going to kill him. Yeah, but if we look at some of the betting opportunities on the card, and I know it's Thursday night, so not everything is out on all the sites. I'm looking at DraftKings right now, but there are plenty of places that you could play. But Carly Judice, right? If you take Judice, if you just take KO for the fight, that's cool. Carly Judice by knockout was -150. I think people are going to get kind of greedy with like Judice round 2, Judice round 3. But if you just take Judice -150, I don't see the fight going any other way. Motivated Dober, if you know, you know. Yeah, he's Some people see red, he sees black. Tell the guy that's going to Houston he can shoot me a message and I can at least meet him. Grab a beer or something. What can hurt Rowe is how notoriously slow of a starter he is. I don't even know if he's a slow starter. I think he just loses sight of time. I think he realizes that, or doesn't realize that time is just ripping off the clock. And that's a real thing. Like, that's a real thing. Like, some of these fighters, their sense of time is very, very strong. And they know when to push it. They know when to kind of take their foot off the gas. But that 5 minutes, like, if you're stuck underneath somebody, that 5 minutes sucks. But if you, Mario Judah, that's crazy work. But if you're just sitting there striking, like I've even been in the gym during sparring rounds, and it's like 3 minutes of a Muay Thai round, and I've thrown like 9 strikes at the end. I'm like, oh, it's over already. So it's weird, and I think that Phil Rowe kind of has that, and I don't expect that to change. He's old. Labosiani is a fast starter, so Rowe can expect to be pressured from the jump. Yeah, but is he going to pressure somebody who's that much longer than him? And if he does, is it going to help? Yadier Devaye versus Jordan Levitt. Yeah, so over a round and a half, it is favored. And I think this is a good line, too. Like, frankly, you want to do some of this. Start your night off the right way. Start your night off the right way. Got a little bonus? Indubitably. Plus 181. Why not? Why not? Yo, what's up? Bruno Fajeda beating RoboCop plus 150 odds too tempting. That's crazy that they're even making it a rematch. But the first fight was so weird because RoboCop was pretty clearly in control and then just didn't show any respect and ends up getting caught because of it. Standard beat. What up? Roe JPL goes the distance? Probably. Thing about JPL is his game is mostly predicated on the mat. Phil Rowe's never been submitted, at least not in the UFC. He's been submitted, but not in the UFC. Neil finish only, Strickland decision. Nah, just send me the money at that point. The light's not warm enough. That's cold. That's the warmest we're getting. Or decision Strickland, Costa decision, good value slip. Maybe. Anything could be a good value slip if it hits, right? Update on the new studio. It's coming along. Work in progress. And thank you for asking, by the way. Are there any other spots? Yeah, it's perfect. No notes. Are there any other spots that we like? The one thing that's surprising me is the line is starting to come back. A lot of money came in on Ramiz Brahimaj early. Now the line is starting to come back the other way toward Punahele Soriano. I think under in this fight is a smash. Really let's do this. Under 2.5 rounds, which is basically the same bet as Carly Judice by knockout. So Carly Judice by knockout's a smarter play, but hey. And then over in the Levitt fight. This one I have no idea, so we're going to skip. I think under in the Punahele Soriano fight. I like the under in this fight as well. And, you know, they're trying to put that women's MMA tax in there and make you want to play this. But I like the under. I'll stay away, though. Alden Correa, I think he finishes this guy. I think this guy is ass meets butt meets rump meets tuchus. And then over in the Ode Osborne fight, I think so. And why not? Dawkins jersey signed? Yes. Yes, it is. Why'd you get rid of the little jingo in the intro, in the old intro? To cut down on intro time. One of the biggest problems in this space, by the way, and it's everywhere. Like even Angelo does it, right? Where it's just, and he's not even the one that I'm really thinking of when I think of these examples, but like I'll do my looking around to kind of see where everybody's at, see what the competition is up to. And they spend 5 minutes before they get into anything. And my goal is to try to make sure that I'm talking about the fights that you clicked on the video to hear about in under 10 seconds. So I want to tell you why you're here, why we're watching the video. Throw the slogan out. I feel like the slogan has more power than the intro music. And then there you go. Is RDR Kaio fight the co-main? I swear I saw TBD on the broadcast. I don't know. But I love Kaio Bohalio in that fight. I don't know if I answered that before. I'm sorry, you might have asked that. I might have not answered that before, but I love Kaio Bohalio in that fight. I'm not big on RDR. Judice KO, Valle sub, Edwards decision. Last one scares me a little bit. I trust your YouTube analysis over the other YouTube channels, as you should. Thank you. MMA Brody's right. He might be right. But I don't like that decision from Edwards. I think you can find better value elsewhere. Guru picked Ige and Puna. Is he washed? Have you ever been into him, or you're not a fan? I'm not a fan. And I don't mean that in a way like I dislike that. You'll find, especially as like I get to just talk more freely through lives and stuff like that, I don't care about a lot of things. Like I'm very indifferent about a lot of things. And Guru stuff is stuff that I am indifferent about. I do not seek it out. I don't watch it, and I don't have any like negative feeling about that either. I just don't really care. I hate creators with countdown intros. Well, I kind of do that with the live, but that's because I'm getting ready. But yeah, the long intros are pretty crazy. But yours was fast and cool. I respect it though. It was cool. It was cool music, non-copyrighted. Guru is square. I said that weird. Guru is square as hell. Kunith clears. I'll take it. He's a big dog in this space. I'll take the nice words there. That's nice. Also, I'm gonna give you a look. I'm gonna give you a look for just to do kind of zigging where the field is going to zag, I think, on a lot of these, or zagging where the field is going to zig, however you want to look at it. But I think like fights that are going to kind of go under-owned here, I think Ramiz Brahima is going to come in with a good amount of ownership. I think people need to play this fight, though, and they're going to be a little bit scared to do so. So let's say Carlos Leal. I think if you went with Ante D'Elia, you went with Jeff Neal, and then you kind of stayed in this range, maybe grabbed yourself like a Zach Reese, and then you come back here. Can't go there. I can't go there. I can't go there. So if you find yourself, well, I guess you can go with a Libri Idris if you think I'm off on the Ode prediction. Damn good songs while we were waiting. That was a good song, right? Kunith smashes. True. Just don't lose the let's make some money this week. I'm about to get a neon sign that's like the acronym for that. I'm going to put it like back there somewhere. Do you have any safe props in the Sergey Spivak D'Elia fight? Yeah, that it probably goes under. Alibri Idris first round KO. I mean, that breaks the slate. Idris KO round 1 breaks the slate. Kunith, if you had one straight nuke this week, would it be Carly KO? I mean, I do have a nuke this week. That is behind a paywall for the people that are ponying up the $10 a month. Thank you for those of you that are doing that. But I do think Carly KO is nukeable. He said the name of the movie? What are you talking about? Glad to see you with the We Want Picks, guys. Congrats if it's working for you. It is working. Thank you so much. We made some money last week signage for this week in review. I actually been cooking something up. I'm going to start doing the recaps. So people keep asking. I thought it was something that people just don't really care about, but apparently people keep asking for. Apparently people want it because they keep asking for it. So I cooked up the thumbnail for what the recaps will be, or at least the thumbnail style in a way that's just easy for me to pump out. And I think my shtick, my gimmick is going to be that I'm going to break down what happened the night before in like 5 minutes or less. And try to make it like quick, snappy, funny. You know how it goes. Going to check your nuke. Go check. Tactical nuke. 25 kill streak. No hesitation on the Reese pick. None. None whatsoever. Do you like Spivak under 1.5 takedowns at minus 150? Yes, I do. The Strickland versus Fluffy matchup is intriguing. I don't know if it is. Strickland can. I don't know if I'm intrigued by any Sean Strickland fights anymore, frankly. But let's see what you got. We've seen Fluffy hurt with body shots before. We're doing this again. We talked about this earlier. You must not have been here earlier. We can't keep talking about these body shots with Fluffy. We just can't. Definitely needs to be sub 15-minute video. Oh, it's gonna be 5 minutes. 5 minutes at best. There's only so much I could talk about from something you just saw happen without yapping. That's the problem that you see in the space quite a bit. Problem that a lot of people have, they don't have respect for your time in this space, unfortunately. But some of them don't know that though. They don't know what they're doing. Hernandez was TKO'd by Holland. We went over this every fight week. Fluffy gets beat by Kevin Holland. That's the talk. And then at the end of the week, Fluffy is kicking somebody's ass. I'm not making funny. I'm not picking on you. You said nice things earlier. Sprite Zero, I see you're a man of culture. This right here. You have no idea. I discovered this. I sound like one of them. No, I found out about this I don't even know, 6 months ago or something. So good. With live stream, yes, that's what's up. I'm sorry if you guys have been saying things on Twitch. I should be able to see them, but if you guys are on Twitch and you're saying stuff and I'm missing them, oh no, it's on there. It's in the same chat. That's what's up. I'm scared of how confident I am in O'Day's opponent. You should be. Don't sleep on O'Day Osborne. O'Day Osborne's an assassin. Zhao Long over Cody Garbrandt. That fall off needs to be studied. Yes, give me Zhao Long. Or Long Zhao. Hello, what do you say about this parlay and cheers? Cheers. Let's get the cheers out of the way. Everybody, cheers. Let me get cheers in the chat. Make sure we get that done first. 3-leg parlay. Valle, minus 2.5. I like that. 180 and minus 186. I like that a lot. Edwards, ITD. Yes. Delia by KO. Or Delia by KO. Plus 110. The odds are 100 gives 915. Okay, so it's at plus 915. Yeah, go for it. I have a lot of belief in Ramiz and Medic. I can't follow you down the Medic road, but I think Ramiz makes it look easy. Ride with you no matter what. Let's go. Stare into my soul. Yeah. Sometimes we need that. I'm liking Rowe more and more, as you should. Way bigger, way longer, more experience fighting bigger, stronger men. You're telling me you don't want to hear 10 minutes about how lavish your life is every week? Who's doing that? How lavish you're living lavish. Crushes Poon, no doubt. I assume you're talking about Ramiz Brahimi. Cheers. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for the cheers in the chat. Prediction on Ryan Garcia versus Mario Barrios. Well, I've heard of Ryan Garcia, so I'll go with him. What do you think about over a round and a half on O'Day versus Idris? Give me that. I like that. Could you see a change where Spivak fight goes all 3 rounds? Honestly, that's a fight that seems like it very clearly should go under, and those are the ones that keep going the distance. So maybe you have to kind of match the unpredictability and the chaos that is betting on MMA by picking the least likely outcome, which is the fight going the full 3 rounds. I don't hate that at all. If you did that, that's like when you play blackjack and they have like that little side bet, right? And they call them like the suckers bets. I've heard them called sucker. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Do you guys play blackjack in the chat? You know what I mean? Probably, but like they call them suckers bets because like people will like, oh yeah, I'll play it this time. And then like 5 hands go by. Oh, I'll play it again. I'll play it again. And it's something that you have to play all the time. If you play all the time, you'll get it. And that's kind of like what you're talking about, is going the full 3 rounds in a fight that most people think should go under. If you do that all the time, that's probably a good long-term strategy. But trying to like snipe that, I wouldn't even worry about it. Really wouldn't even worry about it. I'm a Ramiz fan. You think he makes it look easy though? Absolutely. Dude, let me show you something. Let me show you something. Punale Soriano secures 4 takedowns against Nikolai Veretennikov. In this fight, he shoots more than 4 times, and every time is shooting the same takedown, right? He's looking for a double leg that he might turn to a single leg, but he really wants the double leg, and he's putting his head off to his opponent's left side every time. And Nikolai Veretennikov gets his arm under for a guillotine every time, and he can't finish it because he's not that good at it. But somebody like Ramiz Brahimaj, he might just take your head off if you put it down there. You saw how he finished Austin Vanderford. As soon as Vanderford put his head in harm's way, taking that neck. Ramiz Brahimaj has not only got great submission technique, I've said this, and I could be wrong, but I think he's pretty clearly on the juice. Like if you look at, and maybe he's just hitting that physical maturity that men do in that early 30s, but the dude has gotten bigger, stronger, way more aggressive, and way more confident in these fights over like the last 1.5 2 years. I think he ends up taking Puna's head off with one of these guillotines, and I think he does it early. Because I think his striking is a little bit better than people realize. What am I looking at? You calling me a sucker? Not you. Everybody else. No, I'm just kidding. I think I missed something. Hold on. Let me catch up. With the chat. Quiet for a second. Match the dealer. Suited 9-1. Nah, you know more than me. Whatever that means. Does Edwards go over 100 DraftKings points this week? Dude, let me show you something. Look at the points that Jocelyn Edwards has produced. 110, 109, 119 and a half, right? We take the average of that. Give me a second. Calculating. 113 and like a sixth. So 113 points is what she's averaging in these last 3 wins. Jocelyn Edwards wins, she's going over. She's going over that 100 points. I'll tell you what. Never a sucker's bet when it hits. It's not. And I watched a dude who probably had like no more than $100 at the table end up winning like $84,000 one day. And I was like sitting like on like a table, like a couple tables over from him, and it was like the whole place kind of shut down. It was like, hey, let's follow him home and beat the shit out of him. Parlay piece? Are you asking me or are you telling me? Have you done a live with Big Ange and Jacob yet? I did one live like 2 years ago with Angelo filling in for Jacob when he was indisposed once. But apart from that, no. They call it a sucker's bet because it has the worst expectation, not because people occasionally play it. I think it's a little bit of both. Delia Spivak going over 1.5 rounds? It could. You think Randy Brown will beat Kevin Holland? That's like the Spider-Man meme where they're pointing at each other. That one's pretty crazy. I don't know. I'm gonna have to sit on that one, and Lorenzo, I'm gonna have to roost on that. Yeah, the odds are moving for Ramiz. I don't know why. I mean, they were moving before, so maybe it's just a little bit of correction, right? Because he opened as like a plus 150 dog on some sites, and then he swung to minus 130 pretty quickly, and now he's at minus 115, so it's not a ton of movement. It might just be a little bit of correction. Is Medic a smash for DFS? I don't think. Thank you for the first time chat, by the way. I don't think so. I think Jeff Neal is a smash. Either way, though, the Eros Medic ends up on the optimal lineup, or his fight ends up in the optimal lineup. He either knocks him out or gets knocked down, does it pretty early. Cheers, Kunith. Cheers. Everybody give him a cheers. Give him a cheers in the chat. Low-key think Protez was posting about a fight with Morales. Especially with Ian Gary out in Georgia. Maybe they give him the Islam fight. Yeah, I don't think Protez is getting the Islam fight. It might be Michael Morales. It might be because they're trying to do that bullshit by having Kamaruddin Marty fighting Islam for the belt, which makes no sense. That makes no sense. These guys are going to be hanging out the night before the fight and the night after the fight, and nobody's going to take any damage over 25 minutes, and it's going to be terrible. What are you doing? What are you doing, Light? Word, my man, thanks for the breakdown. I'm excited for this card, especially the main event. I got Strickland at those odds. I haven't watched your breakdown yet, so I don't know who you have. You're going to watch my breakdown like, no. Slamming your fist on the table. Kunith, big fan. Hyped you joined We Want Picks. Happy to be there. Oh, another cheers. Cheers. Cheers to you. Kunith, who gets the rigged split decision at this event? Need to know for hedge purposes. The rigged split decision. Melky Costa's very live for a rigged split decision, because why would you want Dan Ige to win a close fight if you could give it to Melky Costa, who's more marketable and surging and younger and cooler? Same thing in like the Fluffy Hernandez fight. Like if he's grappling a lot and it's somehow, even though this doesn't happen, but somehow not turning into a lot of damage and Sean Strickland's making the fight competitive, you still give Fluffy Hernandez the win. Just caught the live. Thank you for the breakdowns. Thank you for stopping by, and also thank you for getting a channel membership. I forget those are a thing until I see the little belt icon. That matures over time, by the way. I know it's white right now, but you give that some time. It's going to change. You watch, and it doesn't automatically too. How does Gary look against Makachev? Let me see here. I'd say probably like that. Like just flat. Deflated. Finished. Roll's only losses are by decision. That's facts. Does Gary look better than JDM? Hard not to, with the way that he looked. Very hard not to. Kunith, who shot JFK? Meet me after this. We'll talk. We'll talk. I know the truth. Also, Cat Williams is telling people the truth, so keep an eye out for that. Delia has went to decisions. He could be a little gun shy from getting knocked out. He did get knocked out. Salsa Boy did the damn thing. Spivak lays on top of people, but Delia has a little defensive grappling. Could see the over for sure. My thing is, if Delia's training alongside Tom Aspinall when Tom Aspinall's not at the eyewash station that was in your science classes growing up, then I think that he's going to get a lot of good insight, because Tom Aspinall fought Sergey Spivak and Sergey Spivak didn't land a punch. But that's the other side of the shoulder talking, yeah. 50 Cent also telling people the truth. Demetrius, thanks for grabbing a channel membership. That belt's going to change colors. You give it some time. You give that belt some time. It'll mature. It'll mature like a nice whiskey. Sean Strickland KO, good night. That don't happen often. Unpopular opinion, I think UFC takes off after Dana White and Rogan era end. I could see that happening. I could totally see that happen. They'll call me. Me and all the boys will show up. Do you find a compelling argument for Hernandez against Makhachev or against Hamza? No. No, I don't. And I love me some Fluffy Hernandez. I think Fluffy Hernandez is my favorite fighter to watch right now, and probably has been for like the last 2 years or so. I think that he drowns people, right? He puts that pace on him. He puts that pressure on him, and he cooks them. But I think the difference in physical strength and athleticism, because Fluffy is not this elite athlete. Like, Fluffy looks like he runs a 40-yard dash in like 6 seconds. Like, he is not an elite athlete by any stretch. Khamzat Chimaev is an elite athlete. Khamzat Chimaev was bred to smash, and I think we're gonna see him kind of run through Fluffy Hernandez if it ever gets to that point. Garcia or Barrios? Garcia. Moment of silence for Shavkat's knee. Shavkat was on some other shit before all that. You like plus money on no distance for the Fluffy fight? Yes, I do. I feel like Sean's getting finished. I agree with that. Be the best commentators for the table. Jacob, Angelo, and you. I'm talking about what I'm seeing. Jacob's calling Angelo fat. What do you think headlines the White House card? Probably Ilya Taporia versus. Saw Rampage Jackson boy get KO'd twice. I have blocked the words rampage on X. I don't care about watching Rampage Jackson at all. Buffy has a shoulder injury. I'm sure he does. I'm sure they all do. All right. So we're hitting about an hour. So if you are new here or if you're still here, I'm going to let you know how this is going to go. I do a giveaway. It has to be on Twitch because YouTube, it's against terms of service for me to do the giveaway there, or to do the giveaway here. But if you want to go over to Twitch, I'll actually link it. Hold on. Everybody chill out. It's actually in the description as well. If one of you guys can do it too, then that would be great. But I'm going to link the Twitch. You can go over to Twitch. Why the Rampage hate? I don't hate it. It's just not for me. So I don't hate it at all. Like, we've talked about this earlier. I hate very little things. I just don't care to see that. I've come across that content a handful of times, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is for somebody. It's just not for me. So I'm quick to block or mute certain words because I just don't care to see it. But I don't hate it at all. So let's see. Yes, going over to, what are you giving? I'm giving money, Lorenzo. USD. I don't know what silly dollars you guys use in Australia, but we do $25 giveaways. We run a couple of them. It's a raffle system, so everybody has equal chance of winning. All right, get distracted while I'm talking to you guys. He pays like a Lannister can confirm. He can confirm. He was the first person to win. How quickly did you get paid? Like within like 3 minutes? It was pretty quick. So yeah, it's a cash giveaway. Basically just $25 giveaway. We'll do it that way over on Twitch. Again, I just need to link it in the description or in the thing here. Thank you for following over there. Thank you for following. Oh, I can open my own thing. Okay, hold on. I'm getting it for you. Where'd it go? Uh-oh. Okay, yeah, so you can hit the link. You can visit over on Twitch, and that way you can join the giveaway. We're going to start it in a couple of minutes. We want Bitcoin. Thank you, Zoo York Zach, for the follow. Zoo York, that's a throwback, isn't it? Close some of this other stuff. Did I close it? Flav and look maxing had to be muted for me personally. Yes, I agree. I did the same. Nothing against the kid. I just don't care. Cooling on the drive-by? You mean making fun of your silly down under money? You guys barter with Joey's? Hooker, what a fight versus Benoit Saint-Denis does to a man. Yeah, pretty crazy. Pretty crazy turn of events in Dan Hooker's world from what I can see. Can you make a FanDuel lineup too? It's not worth it. There are tools on We Want Picks for FanDuel, but not really for me. If they want to send if they want to fix it though, they can give me a call. I don't think they care too much though about frankly about DFS anymore. I think they're more worried about trying to break into the prediction market game, which I think is absurd, by the way. Absurd. I had Kalshi reach out to me and ask me to start quote tweeting some of their stuff. They're like, we'll give you $15 per quote tweet. Like, no. So when you're on X and you see all these people getting quote tweeting from Kalshi, it's because they're getting $15. I got them to bump it up to 30, but it still wasn't enough for me to be happy about it. I was like, nah, I'm good on that. They did reach out about the channel, though. If they throw enough money at me, I will be like, hey, go to Kalshi. But that predictions market shit is so... That's a class action lawsuit waiting to happen. Love your breakdowns, brother. Thank you. And again, over on Twitch, we're going to be doing a giveaway, cash giveaway for a handful of people in the chat. Equal chance of winning. We're going to do that probably in like the next 5-10 minutes here. You can hit this. Let me see if I could pin this for you. Oh, I can. You can click the link in the pinned message, go over to Twitch, and then you can just comment that you're there. Hopefully win something to buy a new hip. We'll get close. Dan Hooker's daughter has access to the internet. That's tough. Love your breakdowns. Thank you. I think I read that already, but it doesn't hurt to read it twice. What up? I see people making their way over there. Was Aguilar that good or Guru Lay, excuse me, that bad? He was that bad. I don't think he's gonna win fights in the UFC. Pay for this Uber to Houston. How far are you? I mean, you're in Texas, so everywhere is like an hour away. Yeah, the $25 goes to Edward by sub. Hell yeah. It's like Uncut Gems. He's like, let's fucking bet on this shit. Hi from Twitch. What up? Again, make your way over. You don't have to, but if you want a free shot to win some money, why not? Dana White Contender Series studs all getting first fights. Matchups seem favorable. Strategic marketing for new season. Could be. There was a time where people were saying Contender Series fade, right? Like, oh, if these guys came from Contender Series, fade them. Although a lot of them are pretty good. I'm pretty sure Fluffy Hernandez from Contender Series. I parlayed my 25 into 80. You did, yeah, you won, and then it's just free money. Jay Matthew, thank you for the follow. By the way, I saw the person who followed before. I don't know what that is though. I can't read that. Let's go, Kuna. Tailed all your bets this week. Hopefully we stay hot. First 3 events of the year. We were profitable. Miller is attractive to me. I'm weird. Attractive in what way? What do you mean by that? Devin, thank you for the follow. Ige and Roe are barking at me, as they should. Ige a little bit less, but I think Roe is very good for the price. People betting doing MMA Diva Fest, you know they're coming for the giveaway. Not really. There's like 60 something people watching on YouTube, and there's 29 people watching on Twitch. So, pardon me, 27. I must have not got to the giveaway fast enough. Whose bright idea was it to make the Ronda fight? Hell, let them get their money. Let them get their money. Who cares? All right, again, the Twitch link is pinned for the YouTube people. Going to be running the giveaway, the cash giveaway there in the next couple of minutes here. I'm about to close this out. Had to drop by to say what up. What up, D? How's it going? Closing this out. Thank you guys for watching. I really do appreciate it. Make sure if you haven't already, like, subscribe, comment, check out the videos from earlier in the week. Keep an eye out on, hopefully, Sunday for the recap video that we're going to start doing as well. Yeah, that's all I got for you. I'm going to end now. Beautiful. Beautiful. Let's see here. Hold on.